You are now tuned in to Two Studs in a Pod, a podcast giving you a candid glimpse into the world of super terrific Uber dykes, but you can call us studs. I'm Blaze.
I'm Meech.
Jungle Fever is what we're getting into this week, so let's get into it. Homie, drop the beat. This is Two Studs in a Pod. We're just a couple of studs keeping it real, raw, and off the cuff, and we'd like to welcome you to the show. The late, great Michael Jackson said it don't matter if you're black or you're white. So this week, we're figuring out if he was right. But before we get into all that, Meech, what's the haps, homie?
Hey, coming off, my Thanksgiving birthday weekend, so enjoyed that. Couldn't really do much because COVID is crazy, and a lot of people traveled here. A lot of people were out. A lot of people are wilding out. So had a safe but fun birthday. Got did a little bit of shopping. Got a couple games with the Black Friday deal, so I've been PlayStationing it up. I'm not in a rush to get the PS5 and the Xbox yet because they always have like glitches, so I'll wait for the next release, and I don't really have time to play them like that anyway, like I used to. So, but yeah, other than that, just picked up a couple more books for some of the sales that were going on, and gonna have some good reviews for y'all coming up. What you been up to?
I've just been chilling, had a nice little holiday time with the fam, and then, uh, you know, just hung out, fried the turkey up, and ate all that good food like I was hoping for the last time we spoke. Um, Getting ready to make this transition from, one job to the next and see how that goes. I'm like excited and nervous at the same time, but it's a new opportunity, and it's time to freshen some shit up. So,
For real.
and uh, working on trying to organize the garage and get get that stuff together now that all the like pool projects are done, and now that it's cooler and I can work in the garage. Which just reminds me, can I tell you that there was frost on my lawn chairs this morning? Okay,
Damn.
It was cold as fuck. It was beyond hoodie season. Okay,
Damn.
and yes, it was crazy. There was like frost on the roof. I was like, is it raining? No, that was the frost melting as the sun was coming up. So
Wow.
yeah, it's cold in Florida. Okay,
Yeah,
and
it said it was like it was gonna get to like 30 something in northern Florida. I don't know about where you were at.
yeah, it got to
That's
30.
crazy.
When I woke up this morning, it was 36.
Shit.
Let me tell you, okay, that's exactly what I said. And straight to the hoodie, I went. I was like, oh, we definitely. And then the dog had to go out. I was like, you on your own, homegirl. It's like I will open these doors, but I'm running back in because it's cold out here. So yeah, that's the exciting thing for the day for a Miami kid to see the frost on my lawn chairs. I can write my name in it. Like it was just like always turns me into a kid when I see that. All right, well, now that we're all caught up after the holiday festivities, let's pop some peas and pay homage to some well-known and not so well-known studs, butches, and other masculine-presented women that have made moves or are making the moves that help make us seen. In our segment, we like to call popping peas. This week, we're deviating once again from masculine representation and shining the spotlight on a fierce femme. We are honored to pop one for Corinne Jean-Pierre. Corinne is a proud Haitian immigrant, a political pioneer, and most importantly, a black lesbian. A longtime campaign organizer, activist, and commentator, Corinne has officially been named as the Deputy White House Press Secretary for the incoming Biden administration. Jean-Pierre is one of 7 amazing women that are set up to make the first ever all-woman White House communications team. Corinne, who most recently served as VP-elect Kamala Harris's chief of staff, will now become the first out lesbian and woman of color to serve in such a major media-facing role as part of a presidential cabinet. Prior to her slated appointment as deputy press secretary, Corinne served as a senior advisor to MoveOn.org and was even part of the re-election campaign that stopped hard in battleground states, helping to get President Barack Obama back in office in 2012. Her unwavering dedication and incredible integrity has thrust her into the spotlight as a political force to be reckoned with, and is proof that Corinne Jean Pierre is popping.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, I think that's pretty dope, and I like the personally I like the makeup that this administration is trying to put out there, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about her. I heard about her through or heard about this situation with her becoming the deputy press secretary from Pink News, which is
Oh,
like a
okay.
lesbian whatever. Oh yeah. So it's pretty dope, I think, of that administration and to bring in not only just a black woman but a black lesbian
Yeah.
to
Representation, boy.
right. Yeah, exactly, and and an immigrant, like she represents everything to me that like what America is supposed to be, or what America I
Mm-hmm.
think is to other people that don't live here, at least was. You know what I'm saying? Like you could
Right.
be all those things and still come here and be great, or be from here and be all those things and be great.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's the America that I see. So I really like the situation, and I
Yeah.
think that she's dope. She's done lectures and stuff at like Columbia University, and her partner works at CNN, and they have a
Oh,
child
cool.
together. Yeah, I
Oh,
learned a
wow.
lot about her today. Yeah, so she's like gay. She's not just uh, gay for the day. So
Right.
that's very cool. I wish she was, stud or butch or something, but I mean, I guess
Yeah,
one
we'll
step at a
take it.
time. Yeah,
Right. We'll take
one
it.
step at a time. So she's out and she's proud and she's about to get loud because we got some work to do in that White House, boy.
Sure do.
Alrighty, well, let's get into stew peas this week and see what we've got cooking. The idea of dating someone outside of your race is not new. Even though these types of marriages only became legal in the US in 1967, a quick look at some family trees will show that many of us have been all mixed up much longer. With the continual growth of the population, intermingling among races is a foregone conclusion, but still many of us have our preferences one way or the other. And while there's nothing wrong with that, there's also nothing wrong with trying a dish of a different flavor. Meat, speaking of dishes, we know you like rice and beans spicy. But what are your thoughts on interracial dating, especially amongst like LGBTQ people, lesbians specifically?
I mean that's cool, whatever floats your boat. I think it's important, to understand different cultures, and if you're going to date outside your race, you have to understand, like, you know, that culture, where that person comes from, how they grew up and stuff like that. So it does kind of complicate things a little bit, but
Yeah,
I
because it's
don't
not
think
like
you
an
should move.
automatic thing. It's not like an automatic thing that
Right.
you just know how that other person, even culturally, like not even race wise, but an American
Right.
and a Jamaican, or a Caribbean person, they have
Mm-hmm.
different upbringings for the most part.
Yeah.
So,
Different upbringings, different foods, different seasonings, all that stuff
right,
comes along with the territory. It's not just about, like, I'm black, you're white, or you're Hispanic, I'm Mexican, I'm Japanese or something like that.
right,
So,
right. I
but
mean, obviously, I'm down for it because I
yeah,
wouldn't be here if it wasn't if it wasn't for it. So, I mean, it's a product of that type of love. I'm definitely here for it. Um, it's just weird to me because I haven't really dated any white girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just
yeah,
haven't really dated any white girls. Um, I have done interracial dating as far as you know me too, with the rice and beans getting spicy. So, I dated a Puerto Rican girl, and that was interracial. But for me, I don't know, like maybe some people wouldn't even consider anybody I date interracial if you include me because of the fact that
right,
I'm interracial already.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it depends. Like, if you're getting down to the nitty and gritty of it, but I just feel like I'm black, even though, like, my people are Caribbean. And then if you want to dig even deeper, it gets crazy. So I'm all
Right.
mixed up. But yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I like whatever floats your boat, as long as the person is a good person and they match your, your vibes as a person. I think you could
Right.
kind of make that work. Um,
Yes.
you
And I
could.
think also like the culture and things like that does have some play into it too as
Hmm.
well. Like if they're too different, then y'all just may not be able
To
connect.
mesh.
Find that common
Yeah.
ground. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's still some similarities. I mean, there's differences amongst cultures, and we know between races and things like that. But there's still similarities that
Right.
can connect you to a person.
Right. And then
Like,
like if we go back to the definition of a stud, um, do other races like even see us as studs? They see us as butches? Would they rule us out because of that?
mm,
Like that's a question also because I think the definition of butch was like a white female, and stud was like a black female, if I'm not mistaken. You know
yeah,
what I
so
mean?
this black
So
or
right,
Latino.
so
Yeah,
oh yeah, black or Latina, right? So
yeah.
if a white girl doesn't like studs but she likes butches, is it because like I don't, like what's your definition of a masculine presenting female then? So I think
Right.
it's a little bit more complicated when it comes to the LGBTQ plus community if you focus on the labels, you know. So I don't know. I've never dated a Caucasian. Obviously I've dated a couple different other Caribbean islands. I ran through them. I ran through the Labor Day parade
Stamping that
with
passport and
Caribbean folk.
shit.
And yeah, but I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder how that would be. Actually, I think I may have told this story, but I swiped right on wifey because I thought she was some kind of Asian. I was like,
Oh
I've never been
shit.
with an Asian chick before.
Oh
Right
shit.
swipe. She knows this story though. She's not gonna kill me.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I've never had, so might as well try it out, try it on for
Eh,
size. So I'm definitely here for different flavors.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like, I guess a majority of them have all been of my serious relationships have been African Americans. There was a couple of islandy situations in there,
Mm,
but but and then for the most part, they've all been like black, just
yeah,
black. So I don't know, but I do. I mean, obviously, I can't be from Miami and not like a little rice and beans. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't come to Miami and not date African Americans either, though. I mean, like, so New York is very heavy with the mix of different races. We have everything here. Like, I grew
right,
up and pretty much experienced almost every culture by the time I was done with high school. But of course, my flavor was like the Latin chicks, the Caribbean chicks, the African American chicks. But I think in Miami, it's a different kind of African American. So like
yeah,
I felt like culturally that was a different experience too. Like Miami is just
yes,
different on a whole lot of levels. Even the Hispanic girls out there, because they're mostly Cubans. Out here we get like more Puerto Ricans, Dominicans.
Puerto Rico,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's different. I think. I think everybody should go out there and taste the different ice cream flavors and see what
That's right.
works
Taste
better
the
for them.
rainbow, bitch. Taste the
Yeah.
rainbow.
Yes, Skittles.
I mean, but seriously though, like even just to experience, I guess experience it and see how other people live. That's important. But I mean,
Hmm.
dating wise, who's to say you never know like who that right match could be, and
Hmm.
it could be somebody of a race. Usually, I'm attracted to vibes. It just so happens like my vibe tends to be on one type of situation, but that's usually how it works for me. So I don't know. I don't even think about it like that. Um, like I said, obviously I'm open to it. So
Yeah, as long as she
I
can
just
cook.
yeah, uh, or has enough money to order the fucking food because
Right,
I'm not doing all that too. You know what I'm saying? Like you
right.
gotta be kidding me. Daddy need a night off too. So yeah, interracial dating is not. It's not too out of bounds. I mean, but it's just I just thought about it because there's so many people that are like, I only date this type of person. I
Really?
mean, they're not maybe they're becoming few and far between, but
Hmm.
they're like, I never date whatever. I never dated this, or I only date white girls. I only date black girls.
I haven't
And
seen too much of that though in the LGBTQ community, or maybe I had and I just didn't pay attention to it.
I don't know.
I have
Maybe
to think about that.
I'm trying to think of LGBT community. Probably more so like just their type and just, like who they're just end up with. Maybe
Yeah,
not. So they say this is only all I date, which I definitely
right.
in the hetero community have heard that
Yeah, I've heard that more
before.
so
Like,
in the hetero community. But now that I
yeah.
think about it, that one lesbian spot that we used to go to for the drinks and not the music, um, in Wilton Manors, they the majority of the people that frequented there, I never really saw any interracial couples.
And if you did, they were always like that awkward looking
Yeah,
type of couple. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, I don't. I don't think I maybe in the at the ratchet spot. maybe
yeah.
at
At the
the
ratchet
ratchet
spot, I
spot
saw some more. I definitely
more.
did.
Yeah, but at that spot, yeah, for sure. But I mean, we definitely only went there for the drinks, and
Yeah,
occasional interesting events might happen.
yeah,
But and it was easy to get in and out of. That was that was
yes.
probably the best part.
You didn't really
Yeah,
have to worry about any danger.
yeah, exactly. We're in the middle of Gay Town, USA.
Yep, everybody
Yeah,
gay.
especially in that town. That's why Pride used to be so lit over there. They
Mm-hmm.
shut the shit down, and
Whole street shut down.
yeah. But I don't know. What do you think? I don't. I'm trying to think about men. If I've seen a lot of it with like even gay men, and I don't know.
I've seen a lot more. And I guess it goes with the territory, like being in New York. I feel like I've seen a lot more interracial gay men here. Like I've seen Asian dudes with black dudes, and like white guys and black guys, and
Oh,
Hispanic and
really?
black. So yeah, and they're just a little bit more. I guess I don't know, they party more than us, I guess. So
Yeah,
I
they
see
definitely
them
do. I mean,
out
hello,
more.
that whole strip on
Was
Wilton Manors is
just
nothing but
nothing
gay
but gay
men
guys,
bars now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I do see it out here. They actually have like a Hispanic, like, gay guy club which plays like hip hop and shit, and I'm like, damn, I want to go there just for the music, you know what I
For
mean?
the
But
mute.
it's
Yeah.
guys. So but there, I've seen a lot of interracial couples in New York, at least with the gay guys. As far as women, I would say usually you see like black and Hispanic, or like, I don't know if they're islandy or something like that, but I haven't seen too many. But also we've been in quarantine, so
I know it's
I
hard to
don't
remember
know.
what the world was like before we had no
Right.
choice but to be in these places. Like I've gone to Lowe's so much I can't even begin to tell you. I know every aisle in that in that bitch at this point. Well, I guess you can say we're here for the jungle fever, swirly cone action, all the flavors, and taste the rainbow, bitch. And now let's get into wild peas, or the part of the show where we share and answer some of the most wild questions we've seen on the internet. This week's question is: what happened when you called out some other girl's name while having sex with your girl?
I died.
Yeah. oh, oh, I, I'm trying to think back of like if that's ever happened to
Thankfully,
me.
I don't think that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think that. There's a reason why everybody's baby.
Yes, I use neutral names. Baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be making
Girl.
that kind of mistake. I know that's
Yes.
like a rookie mistake at this point, and I don't even know if I would have made that mistake when I was a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Yeah, keep it together. Who's out here doing that?
For real. Like, that was a real question. That's crazy. Shout out to ATLGBTQ for the question. I definitely looked at this question like, I who's done this? Like, you have to have some kind of information that somebody's done this to ask this type of question.
Right.
Like, what
We
happened?
need a poll or something.
What would happen? Out. I think what would happen is you would definitely die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd die.
I dated this chick one time and she fucked up and called me by her ex's name, and oof. I just hung up the phone in her face. And that was on the phone. Like, luckily that was on the phone. I just hung up the phone. And that was that. For that situation. So, we definitely...
Good luck to you if you ever...
Yeah, we definitely not calling the wrong name. Now, that's not going to happen. Mm-mm. I'm like, how... What would that say about the sex that you're currently having at that time? Like, it's either whack, right, or that the other person was just like that good, so that you're having such a good time that you're thinking about that person. But,
yikes! Yeah, either way you're screwed. Like, it doesn't matter. Just
right.
Get up and leave.
And you're like, you called out some other girl's name. Like, was this a other girl that you already slept with, or is this a chick that you want to sleep with now?
On, right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so many other questions so many follow-up questions to this.
I have to revisit this one. See how this ended for these people.
For real, I'd be interested to hear how the listeners would answer this question. Because...
Yes, let us know.
And on that note, we're going to end the show here. Don't forget to follow Two Studs in a Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Catch a glimpse behind the scenes and go follow Meech on IG at the Homie Meech and on Twitter at Homie Meech. And myself at its.me.blaze on IG and it's me Blaze 2 on Twitter. If email is more your thing, shoot us an email at twostudsinapod@gmail.com. That's TWO studsinapod@gmail.com. The Two Studs in a Pod podcast is now available on www.twostudsinapod.com. And after you've caught up on the podcast, get into the latest blogs from Blaze and Meech. Two Studs in a Pod is available wherever you listen to podcasts. Gratitude is always the attitude. So we want to say thank you for lending us your ear.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Odabo.
Odabo. What's that?